Marvel, what the actual fuck? What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TCK Films, and the first film for Phase 5 of the MCU just dropped, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and it sucked. Before we get into my thoughts on this movie, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, this will be a no spoiler review, but if you want to go into this film knowing nothing, I suggest you click off now, but we will not be going into specific spoilers. Now, going into this movie, I was honestly so excited. The MCU has been in shambles recently. Phase 4 was a mess in my opinion, and when this first trailer dropped for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, I was actually excited. It looked like a really intense, dark movie that will set up the future of the MCU. And it seemed like a quality movie, but on Thursday night, opening night, I saw this movie, and let's just say I will never get my hopes up for a Marvel movie ever again. Now, I know it sounds like I'm just hating on the MCU, but no, I was telling people, go see this movie. It looks so good. It looks like this is the MCU's comeback. Did a little bit of step back in Phase 4. Go see this movie. I think this will be Marvel's comeback, and it was not. The main problem I have with this movie is the pacing. Now, it is a very short Marvel movie coming in at 2 hours and 5 minutes, and the short runtime really screws up this movie. Everything just felt so extremely rushed. Nothing in this movie felt earned. It was a mess. This movie moves very, very quickly, and there is absolutely no time to breathe or process what's going on. You would have one big reveal in one storyline, and then right away you would switch to another storyline, and that would give you some more information. But then you'd switch to the other storyline. It was just, there was no breathing room in this movie. Until Kang showed up, and I do think it took way too long for Kang to actually show up. They were mentioning him for, it seemed like, an hour in this movie, and then he finally showed up, and I think it took way too long for him to show up. But until Kang finally showed up, I did not care about any of the other characters' storylines. It didn't give me enough time to. We are in the quantum realm very quickly in this movie. There's no time in the real world, and everything we get in the real world is just jokes and, a montage of what everyone's been up to. And I honestly did not appreciate that. I know the movie's mostly set in the quantum realm, but I think we should have gotten some more time on Earth, especially because most of these characters were blipped away. And just because of this runtime, the whole movie just felt like it was rushed, and everything just felt unearned, and it was just a giant mess. Now, another problem with this movie, which seems to be a huge problem with previous MCU movies, is the MCU humor. Somebody tell Kevin Feige that Marvel is not funny. The humor in this movie was awful, out of place, and just not funny at all. Now, I know Ant-Man is this fun, silly character, but unlike the first two movies where I think they balanced the humor really well because it actually fit the story and fit the characters, in this movie, it didn't fit at all. I mean, your main villain is a guy who literally destroys universes, destroys timelines, and kills billions of people. And we're making jokes in the worst moments of all time. It just felt like some Disney Channel humor too. This is kind of a spoiler on a joke if you care, but we're making jokes about how many holes people have in their body. What the heck? I mean, this should be a dark storyline. If you're gonna make an Ant-Man movie and bring in one of the darkest villains of all time, you have to make it a more dark movie with some comedy in it. This was a comedy with some dark moments in it, and that was not right. That was not the right choice at all. I don't know why Marvel always feels the need to try to make us laugh, but in movies like this, we do not need to. We do not want to laugh. We want to be shocked and intense the whole time. We don't want to be laughing at these silly, stupid jokes. I mean, me personally, I think I giggled once or twice at a joke that worked, but other than that, the movie wasn't even funny. Now, problem number 3 I have with this movie is the characters. I always praise the original Ant-Man movie and even the sequel because I like Ant-Man and the Wasp more than most people. That their characters are just so fun and so interesting to watch, and I could watch them all day. This movie, not so much. Most of the characters, including Ant-Man and the Wasp, were boring as hell in this movie, and I did not care for them. Wasp's whole role in this movie was just to question what's going on, question her mother, and Ant-Man and Cassie seemed to just be running around the whole movie. And they try to bring in these new quantum realm characters which we were trying to root for, I guess, but I just didn't care about them, and every time they were on screen I was like, alright, let's move to the next scene already. Also, Hank Pym, which has always been an underused character in these movies, continues to just be underused in this movie and just kind of stupid in this movie, honestly. Also, there's a ton of continuity errors in this movie, which I won't get into specific details for spoilers, but there's one thing in this movie that just really pissed me off that they just totally forgot, that they honestly mentioned in the beginning of the movie and then forgot. Now, while there were a ton of bad things, and those were my main problems, there were some good things. Like, Kang the Conqueror was for sure the best part of this movie. Jonathan Majors killed this, and I cannot wait to see him in the future MCU movies. We got glimpses of how intense and crazy he can actually be, and I can't wait for him to just fully unleash in these next couple movies. And every scene with him was for sure the most intense scenes of the movie, but even Kang could not save this movie. Also, another surprisingly good thing about this movie was Michelle Pfeiffer's character as Janet Van Dyne. In the previous Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, she came in way too late in my opinion and was wasted, but I think they used her really, really well in this movie, and she was one of my favorite characters in this movie, and she carried a lot of the scene she was in. Also, I saw this movie in IMAX with all these beautiful visuals on the big screen, and the visual effects were actually really good this movie, which was kind of refreshing and was a relief because in the previous MCU movies, the CGI has not been great, but I thought for the most part in this movie it was really good. And yeah, that's about it for all the goods. I am just so disappointed with the MCU at this point. This whole movie just felt like a setup. It didn't really care about this movie. It was trying to set up Kang in the future of the MCU. It forgot to make a good movie out of it. Now, like I said, I don't think will ever be excited for an MCU movie again, because every time I've gotten excited recently, it just hasn't been good at all, and the MCU really needs to fix what they're doing quickly. So my final score for this movie out of 10, I'm probably gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, pretty bad. So I do agree with the critics and what Rotten Tomatoes and everyone's saying, pretty much. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Did you guys like this movie? Did you guys hate this movie? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. What was your guys' favorite part of the movie? Let me know everything in the comment section down below. If you guys haven't already, make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.